Hello everybody and welcome to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here, Wordscop Skinkle, bringing you more action in the Deus EX Clash. First up we have Nonagon Alliance versus Astral Nova. This is gonna be an exciting game. I hope you all are looking forward to this as much as Scop Skinkle and I are. Sadly, Scop Skinkle is still the best of one phases for all the tournaments for Mobile Legends that we're dealing with. Soon we're going to get to the best of three, and then we're going to have that, is it going to go through the third game, yes or no kind of situation. But, well.
Yeah, are we going to hit those sudden death rounds? Good evening everyone, and bro, jeez. I forgot how you look. It's been a minute since we've fasted together, bro.
Yeah.
This one, I know our schedules are a bit hectic, but you know that's unfortunately that's how things work here at Waylander Gaming. So yeah, very much excited, and so the question of the evening, I know everyone here from the Deus Ex, it's not a coin toss, it's a question. I feel, in my opinion, this first question is a bit on the easy side. It's not like last weekend we were like, okay, what is it actually, even though taking guesses. But the question was, who is Layla's father?
Okay, I think most people know the answer to that particular question, but let's hear from you in the live chat. Who is Layla's father? The sire of Layla. Well, it's between Layla and Mia, who's the face of Mlbb.
Yeah, bro, that's look, in my opinion, it's still Layla, because I mean, well, actually, you know, no, let's not go into that debacle, because now that I'm thinking about it, my current Mlbb icon is Maya and not Layla. But anyway, so Nonagon Alliance batting out Granger and Hanzo, and Astral Nova batting out Zushin and Su-Yu. So this is going to be... Oh, who's got lobby lead here? Why? Circulator should have started the match for us first. So good luck and have fun with both teams, and let's go.
Yeah. So just wait for someone to press the start button and we're good to go. Mr. Reaction, your answer is correct. It is Nolan.
That indeed so. Yeah. So mentioning of best of one series. So this weekend we don't have a busy schedule this weekend on the Mlbb side. It's we're only going to have one day of the weekend. It's going to feature the sudden death rounds
at night.
But I'll get into that in a bit, as we see TRD Gaming 21 banning out
more than a weapon.
And Pro G responding by banning out Julian.
Ready?
Julian, you know, that combo, different sets of combos. Julian just being a deadly hero, not having a honest real counter to him. But yeah, fun hero to play, but also not fun to play against. As we do see Astral Nova banning out Layla, and Nonagon Alliance responding with the carry ban.
Just a fun fact, right? Rika and I did if you remember, over the weekend, we did the Carry First African Cup Internationals. It was Tunisia up against Egypt in the finals, in the grand finals. Sicilian had 100% win rate across 8 matches.
Under the eternal eclipse.
Damn, bro.
Blooms from the
that just speaks miles of the hero Sicilian. As we do see picking up Melissa as a first pick. Look, I'm not a big fan of picking up first pick, but bro, I mean, Melissa, even though she got nerfed, Melissa still does a lot of damage. Not having that exclamation mark on the burst damage that she used to have.
Yeah. It's also the versatility that comes in with the Melissa. I mean, there's a big debate that you could have about Trinity build versus crit damage. What do you go for? She can be built to be a tank killer with the Trinity build, or you can build her for that like to deal with the like slightly more squishy frontline with the crit build. And once she gets that 3 core items for either of the builds up, she just becomes an absolute monster because of the AoE damage, once you land that doll properly.
Yeah, bro, that...
So we got Storm picking up the Lucas, TRG Gaming 21 on the Zask. Zask is not a hero we get to see quite a lot now after that nerf. The same with Marsha. Marsha was a monster for a while. If you think back a couple seasons ago, she was like an absolute, well, to use the phrase, beast, because that's what she looks like. Aurora we get to see more or less fairly often, and Pixie Dust there with the Ixia. So what do you think about the Ixia into a Melissa?
Bro, I don't love the pick. Honestly, I don't. Ixia, needing to have that set with the full barrage. The Melissa with that mobility with the second skill, first skill, sorry. Ixia are not going to have a very good time. I mean, if I play, I haven't been playing Marksman a lot lately, but every time when I face off against an Ixia, my go-to is Melissa or Eredal. But nonetheless, Ixia currently not featuring that well as of late. She's become more of a support marksman. That's how I'd like to put it, because she's not as strong as she used to be.
Agreed. Now look at the two tank picks already. An Atlas versus a Tigreal. Implosion versus Fatal Links. It is the battle of the sets. Who's gonna land it first?
That indeed so, bro. So we'll see if anyone is going to pick up any Purifiers, but I don't think they'll pick up the Purifier. As we see Itami, this is going to be a redraft.
Oh, yeah, Suyu was banned out. In the banning phase. So, are we going to be naming and shaming Itami? Are we?
Yeah, we're going to. That's how we work. That's how we operate. So, Itami, bro, thank you for the redraft. It's a pleasure. Yeah, at Waylander Gaming. And here's your special shout out. Learn to read, bro.
As we troll Itami. We're gonna...
So, nonetheless, let me just quickly... So, Dirk later, I know you're in the chat. Can you just please resolve that for us, please?
So, it's just gonna be this... I think it'll be the Suyu pick and the Isenshin. Because both of the Isenshin was last, and he would have been picking it thinking, oh, there's gonna be a Suyu in the mix here. So those two would be the two bands the two picks that can get changed, or should be changed rather. Everything else should stay the same. So I see a couple of people picking up this Killing Spree emblem. I'm still not sold on it. I don't know what you think about it.
Well, bro, I've played with it. Look, I've had some honest beast games with it. It's I've played with it on Suyu, ironically, and I've also played with it on Hayabusa. That Killing Spree, bro, it helps a lot. It helps a lot.
Yeah, when you're going for a battle of attrition. So the one hero I would say that this would definitely be something that I'd like that I'd potentially consider picking up Killing Spree on. Not like a guarantee that I'm going to be picking up Killing Spree on this. It would be an alpha if we're going in with like a alpha, or if there's going to be like an Angela or a Matilda, especially if there's a Matilda. Then I'd be thinking about Killing Spree, because Matilda provides that escapability, the sustainability with the shield, and especially if she's building Flask of Oasis like most Matilda players do, it works out very nicely.
Yeah, well, now that you mention it, we had a few ranked games last night, and ironically enough against Grim Reaper, so you'll probably have a lot to say after the stream when he watches his match. Because we played Alpha Matilda combination against him.
It's old but gold. It's one of those combinations that just work so well.
Alright, so we will not be seeing a redraft. That's everything up until, well, the Suyu. So it's only Suyu that needs to change. And, well, yeah. Let me get the lobby ready quickly.
So it's only going to be the 2 jungle picks that will change, that has the ability to change, so that's the Suyu and the Yi Sun Shun. So Itami and Pro-G will be the 2 that have the option to pick something different. So for the viewers at home, I see a lot of people in here. Shroomzy is asking how everybody is doing, but he's only talking to the boys. I don't know why. He says, "Hey boys, how are y'all?" With an American twang there on the y'all. And only to the boys. Don't you think that's a little bit sexist there, Scraps Kenko?
It is. We need to get Angelic Fairy to sort them out there.
Yeah.
Alright, so we see Itami's excuse is, yeah, my bad, messages didn't load in. That's why, my friend, you've got mics.
Yeah, Shroomzy, this is my new vape. And if you want to know, it is mango and strawberry freeze, the flavor. Okay, so I think everybody is ready. We just wait for Scarpscankle to issue the instructions. We don't want to go into another redraft. Redrafts are sucky. Although we get to watch like a minute of brawl in the mid lane. Anybody who knows me knows how much I love brawl.
Yeah, can you hear that sarcasm in his voice? Alright, so let's see if they are... Look, if, please, same bands, same picks. Except the Suyu and the YSS. Alright, Sicilian being the first band. They should go fast.
It should. We could have actually switched to a classic lobby now that we think about it.
A weapon.
That is true, bro.
Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah.
we'll know this for future references.
Ready? Go!
Alright, Layla Julian, out of here.
Hayabusa. Sanjo.
So, in Decades Brawl Tournament, I think there's one on King of the Hill. They are running a Brawl Tournament. You can always find out about that. We don't have any Brawl Tournaments in the offing. And Shroomzy, if you're gonna play the Brawl Tournament, it's gonna be you. And I'm not sure who else is gonna join you. That is not me.
Yeah, so the brawl tournament starts tomorrow, bro. So it's every second evening. Yeah, boy, it's going to be fun. Pixie Dust currently trolling us. Alright, finally picking up the XO again.
Did you see how close the poles are?
No, I need to get onto that. I'll get onto that. But honestly, I need to start trolling the chat as well. Oh, 50 to 40, 52 to 48. Okay, not bad.
Very close.
Yeah, it is close.
As fleeting as a snowflake's breath, as timeless as a glacier's
Alright, you
heart.
see the Melissa, Zosk,
I've been
Aurora,
waiting for too long.
Marshall coming in. Final bands, Grim Reaper.
My tail's been itching for a real
Kalia?
fight.
Was Kalia banned the previous one?
It was the last ban. They're actually banning things in the exact order that they banned it the first time round.
Is who we are.
Interesting. Oh, Tommy going with the Link.
Link could
This
work,
is
yeah.
going to be- It could, especially with the setup. And the Zaz that does solo focus damage. I'm just a bit... Non-Agon Alliance, at this point, if they do pick up the Barats, bro, they've got a very dangerous lineup. Bro, G swapping out with Bane, they're right at the end.
I have seen Bane do quite well on the in the African Cup Pro scene. A lot of people are spamming the Bane because he is so difficult to deal with in terms of securing neutral objectives. I mean, that deadly catch, it's AoE pushback and knock up.
Yeah, that is true, bro. I just quickly need to go fetch the charger. I'll be right back.
Alright. Okay, so into the game we go, and this time, if the bet draft is valid, we are going into the match. It is Nonagon Alliance. Astral Nova in this best of one. Points up for grabs. Who's gonna take the victory? Somebody's internet is slow. Alright, here we go. After a brief pause, I am liking the Ling pick, not just because Ling is one of my favorite heroes to play. Takes a little bit of time to get used to a Ling, but once you do, quite deadly. Has the potential to both split push and dive the back line, and considering there is no real hard lockdown apart from Atlas and his fatal links, right? But you can escape that with the Tempest of Blades. As we see Tigreal just giving Ling a bit of a bodyguard here in the jungle, whereas Atlas in the meanwhile just helping the Aurora to clear the lane out quickly, and we will see the battle of the mid lane trio shortly. But this time round we are watching Ling go for a little bit of an old school rotation. So the old school rotation is clear out your one complete side of the jungle first, which is a good move from Itami, knowing that Ling needs those items to come online. He needs that Berserker's Fury. But there seems to be a potential. Bane wanting to go in and say, maybe let's go contest for the blue buff, opting against it. Tigreal was there in position to just zone away. So a little bit of a mini skirmish, shall we say, occurred in the river. Oh, second skill of the Atlas underneath the tower. There's the follow-up from Melissa. Ixia just throwing out that second skill to zone away. However, Ling is into the mix. It's going to be Tempest of Blades baiting out the deadly catch as Ling hits the full force swords, jumps back up on the wall. Melissa with a poke damage once more, forcing everybody to move back. Nice play from Itami there, picking up first blood onto the Atlas.
Yeah, that was a beautiful Tempest of Blades. So just before the 2-minute mark, we do see Astral Nova picking up that 600 gold lead and that 1 kill advantage. So this is going to be a very exciting match. We do see Grim Reaper staying here to get the focus onto Ixia.
Yeah. Nice from the Tigreal.
He walks away.
Yeah, nice from the Tigreal, knowing that the engagement is going to be delayed. But I was just focusing on the XP lane with Nagatoro here, or Nagatoro-san, on the Marsha, having the better of the duel up against this Lucas. Lucas getting engaged upon here has to retreat slightly as we see the full 4-man gathering around the Lord. Marsha is going to find that angle to try to get in on the link. Aurora just throwing out some skills, blocking up what's going. I wonder, Tigreal so close to that implosion play. This could be something of a game changer. Lucas, he's going in. There's the deadly catch. They managed to take down the Atlas. Tempest of Blades comes out. Double kill going the way of Zosk. Hits that nightmaric spawn.
Did that deadly catch cancel out the implosion play from Tigreal?
Yeah, it does. It's got that knock up. See, but all of that happened when the Marsha went to clear the lane. The moment Marsha went to clear the lane, you could see that the team in blue, they opted to go for an aggressive approach. Astral Nova.
Yeah, indeed so. So we do see the rotation going here to the gold lane. Both teams on this side.
Yeah, as per usual, use the river speed, get into position, see if there's a potential gank. Though I must admit, right, having dealt with... there's a huge difference in playstyle between the Southern African and Northern African teams. There's the implosion. Only lands onto one Melissa there with a follow-up. But the full barrage being committed by the X here, however. The Atlas being taken out super fast.
Yeah, Atlas didn't even get time to set with these fatal links, so we do see Astral Nova extending that gold lead to 2k.
Yeah. But, you know, when I'm looking at the Southern African style of play, oh, there's the engagement. Lucas wins that 1v1 with the Marsha between Southern Africa and Northern Africa. Northern Africa plays a little bit more like the pros do, where there's an extreme battle of the mid laners. As you can see here.
Are you trying to get something set here in South Africa when you comment like that so loudly?
Yeah. I expect the adjustments to start happening soon. Yeah, in the Southern African region, we focus too much on rotating towards lanes to gank, whereas in the Northern African, European, and Southeast Asian servers, it's more for control. So that's why there's always a battle of the mid lane trio until like this timer here, up until it gets to the 5-minute mark. Then their rotation strategy changes into 2-2-1 split. There's Ling into the backline, the implosion onto 4, the knock-up, the follow-up is there, the deadly catch comes out with the full barrage, with the fatal links coming through. So much damage from everybody. It's a 2-for-1 exchange. Make that 3-for-1 exchange. Melissa picking up the double.
Melissa being a pesky marksman to face up against, especially with that Tweedle ball. I mean, just look at that engagement, bro. It's yeah, but that focus onto the Tiger, getting that implosion play perfectly set for the Link. That was €4 for Link to land the Tempest of Blades.
Agreed. Engagement here onto the Marsha. She's trying to get away. The implosion comes through once more. The deadly catch is in there, but they're taking everybody down. The hunt is still on. Lucas, he's frontlining. He's going to take a lot of damage. Aurora comes in there and gets the cleanup onto the Lucas, but with the frontliners gone, the final turtle will go the way of Astral Nova.
So, at the 6.5 minute mark, we do see that 8 kill advantage going to the side of Astral Nova, as well as a 3k gold lead.
Yeah, let me just get the bulls up as we do enter the mid-game stage. So we should see a bit more rotations from the gold laners. Because once we get to this 5-minute mark, there's the implosion onto the Marsha. The Marsha is just going to be able to walk it off. I mean, it's always a benefit having 3 health bars.
Yeah, it's look, you need something that can do a lot of damage, but you see that set coming in from Tigreal.
Yeah, there's the engagement. It's going to be Melissa with get away from me. Ultimate. Lucas picking up the double. Make that a triple. It's a full team wipe.
Astral Nova will definitely capitalize on this advantage and well get the tier 1 turrets down and potentially get damage onto the tier 2.
Yeah. It's what happens when you engage in a team fight in one of the smaller locations, like in a small space, especially if you're up against heroes like a Melissa, for instance, or a Tigreal, where they do this AoE sets and AoE damage. You're just like bunching everybody up and allowing them to set onto everybody. There's the pushback from the Tigreal, implosion onto 2, Melissa with a follow-up, Tempest of Blades into the backline, Aurora manages to flick up her, passive comes through, however, passive being taken out, Melissa on the hunt, getting the kill there onto the Aurora. Tigreal with the flicker, misses that second skill, but nice try there. It was very, very, very close.
Indeed so. But we do see Astral Nova pretty much grouping up for these battles. As their team fight is very reliant on team fights, as we do see Lucas picking up a kill onto Atlas.
unleashed the beast explosion there, taking out the Atlas, and with that the 8-minute Lord is up, though I think Link's going to be going for his blue buff and then allowing the team to start. Right now with the map control, that is in the favor of Astral Nova. It's going to be very difficult for Nonagon Alliance to actually try to contest this.
Yeah, Nonagon should just prio the minions, get the farm up, set the defense, and not overextend. Because, yeah, I don't know. They need to split Astral Nova in theory, because this Grim Reaper with the Tigreal, it's beautiful set plays coming in from the Tigreal. I don't know what Nonagon Alliance is going to do with regards to this Tigreal.
Well, here's the engagement. It's the full barrage coming through, but the damage output from the Ixia and Ling is just way too much, as the 3-for-1 exchange with the Lord pushing up the mid lane. The shield is still up, so you're going to see the Lord say hello to the shield and goodbye to the shield really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Oh no, the shield wasn't up.
Nope. They procced it with the minions.
Oh, nice. Nicely done by Astral Nova. They have the opportunity to lock on. Melissa is quite low though, but Lucas, he's trying to frontline through all of this. Atlas with the flicker fatal links, only catching the Natalia. Oh my goodness. But they do manage to get a kill, and a shutdown kill nonetheless onto the Lucas. But still, very, very strong advantage going the way of Astral Nova right now. Nonagon Alliance, they've got to be a little bit patient in terms of their sets. They do have a lot of team fight potential on their side.
Yeah, no, they do. So, they picking off the Ixia. So we've reached that 10.5-minute mark. It is 16 kills advantage, and it's a 10k, well, almost a 10k gold lead. It's 9.4k gold lead in favor of Astral Nova. Nonagon Alliance, well, they should focus on the pickoffs here, but bro, this is going to be a sticky situation for them to get out of.
Yeah. A lot of it's going to come down to the Atlas Aurora combination. Ixia though is still in the base. Okay, she's moving now. I thought there was a potential lag out, but just sticking around there in the base. So for those of you watching and you want to know, if you're ever in a 5-man situation and you're in this position like Nonagon Alliance are, what is the strategy that you use when you're dealing with the game being in a losing position, as we can see on the screen? So when it comes to that, you want to get certain players fed. So the waves should be cleared only by certain players, and not cleared like where you want to extend into the jungle. You gotta wait for the waves to come towards you, and sometimes it's nice to get the waves to bunch up. So if the wave is like, see for instance where we are in the middle of the screen, don't go and clear it there, allow the wave to push through and bunch up. And so once you do that, you're going to get quite a bit of gold and a bit of a power spike all at once. And so you only have to clear the one thing. But like right now, I would be focusing on getting the farm to the Ixia and the Bane, and everybody else is just going to be playing sort of support to them. And it's going to give you the opportunity to potentially come back. Right now, when you know you can't contest for the Lord, then this is when you get your Marsha to maybe split push one lane, and then hopefully get that at least one wave not synced up, because you don't want all the waves to crash in at the same time. Though Astral Nova are helping Nonagon Alliance in their cause like that by clearing out the mid lane. So let's see if they do manage to sync up the waves.
Yeah, doesn't seem like currently the waves are synced up, so yeah, no, it's definitely going to be synced up, because they're leaving the side lanes.
No, they're clearing the mid.
Alright, well, nonetheless. So let's see. The Lord is entering the base right now.
Yeah. So you just need to pull the Lord. There's the full barrage. Tigreal is in there. Flicker Implosion, the deadly catch with the Tempest of Blaze. Melissa trying to make her way through, but there's so much damage. The amount of damage coming out from them is just way too much, as it's a full team wipe and the base gets taken down. So Astral Nova saying we don't even need to sync the waves, so we just needed the Lord in the base.
Yeah, so what were you and Scott talking about? That's what they were going to ask. So we do see the well-deserved MVP going to the Tigreal by 11.7 scoring. So without further ado, let me get the second lobby and the final match of the evening set.
Yeah, so you can see who dealt what damage, who tanked the most, team fight participation. We have that all on the screen. But congratulations to Astronova taking the victory up against Nonagon Alliance. And let us move on to the next match. As I end this poll and start the next one.
So, viewers, it's almost time to get your second question of the evening. We're just waiting for the teams to set in, and it will happen. But this gives me the perfect opportunity to talk about our schedule. So, tomorrow night, there is no MLBB tomorrow night. It's only PUBG streams. So it's the Dex Labs featuring here on Waylander Gaming. Friday evening, we've got Snipe Nation as well as Saturday evening. So it's pretty much it's a full weekend of PUBG. So Friday and Saturday is Snipe Nation. And then on Sunday, we've got the Most Wanted list. So let me just talk about how the Most Wanted list is going to play out this weekend. So due to a lot of teams withdrawing from the competition, right, that made a lot of buys take place in the group stages, and we don't want to drag things out if it's not necessary, you know. So on Sunday, it is going to be sudden death rounds. So for the teams that are literally differentiated by 1 or 2 points, who would have still stood a chance should they have won all of their matches going for the next following 2 weekends. It is going to be sudden death rounds in a best of 1 feature. So there's only in Group B that there will be a semi-final, 2 semi-finals, and a final for the Group B stages. And the winner of the mini tournament in the Group B stages will take the 4th spot. So with all of the other groups, it's only Group D that is set in stone. However, Group A, Group C, the two teams that face off against one another on Sunday, the winner takes the final spot in the qualifiers. So which then this means next weekend we've got a weekend filled with quarterfinals. So that is definitely, and bro, I don't know if you've seen the quarterfinal matchups at this point of stage. Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's definitely semi-finals. Some matches are finals worthy, but it's going to be intense. So super excited about that.
Yeah, so we've got quite a packed week coming up. Not as packed as last week, though, I would admit.
No, last week was busy, so I'm very grateful for this weekend. But you know, next weekend we're going to be back at that back stages. So with also that, the schedule is not done just yet. So on Saturday night there will be another horror show. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that done last weekend, but the network seems to be holding out now. So yeah, very excited just to finish off that chapter, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Stay tuned. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for the teams to get into the lobby. Scout Genko, just so you know, our cameras are up, as it is the standard procedure. Yeah, so for those, I'm sure everybody here is all the Mlbb fans. MTXFX, thank you for the compliment from both myself and Scout Genko. Thank you for the compliment. But yeah, we've got quite a busy schedule for the next few months, in fact. And I'm going to tentatively announce this. Nigel and Sean can sue me later if I said it a little bit too early. But registrations for MSA will be up from around mid-April, starting in May.
He said end of April, starting of May.
End of April.
This will be out.
Yeah. So for those of you interested in the biggest tournament for Mobile Legends in the Southern African region, stay tuned for that. We will, for all the captains, make sure you have joined the Captain's Lounge there at Waylander Gaming. We will have registration forms for the MSA up and running. The MSA organizers have spoken to us and said that, you know what, guys, we're going to be kicking this off really, really soon. So we're expecting the tournament to begin mid-May, end of May, somewhere around there.
Yeah, no, so the MSA, the start of the tournament will be June, July. So starting June, end July. And then, then you know what? Also, then to add with that, after the MSA, that would then bring us closer to the time of our anniversary, which will then be Conquerors of Dawn. But unfortunately, Conquerors of Dawn will be invitational only. So, what this means, viewers, if you are in any of the tournaments, you need to feature, you know, a game. But nonetheless, in the sides, bam, I got it. So I struggled with the name last week, so not today, not today, potato. So we are looking at looking into repo, but our schedule with games is just currently a bit tight, but we're looking into it into the future, because I know that is a fun co-op horror game to feature, but not just yet. We need to get through our busy schedules first. So I'm not saying no, we're not saying no, but nonetheless, let's jump. Oh, okay, no, the question hasn't been asked yet. So Shroomsy, why is avoiding your question?
Well, what question? Oh, when I'm playing ranked again. When I get time, then I'll be playing ranked again. But I'll be honest, if you check my profile, it's been very, very, very long since I've actually played ranked. Like, how many games have I actually played this season? 13.
Sorry,
I played 13 games this season. It's not bad.
it's not bad. So Jane Doe, to answer your question, you are actually looking at the man, you know, the man, the myth, the legend, Waylander. It's the guy who trained General Chow. So, and then one YK Pro, to answer your question, right, Conquerors of Dawn will be the first local tournament with a cash prize pool. So there you go. That is what you are working towards.
Yeah.
You know?
It is, just to clarify, it's invitational only, which means that we, Scarp Skenkel and myself, we will be looking at across all the tournaments, Deus EX, MSA, Most Wanted. We're going to be looking at which teams performed the best. We have the statistics, so just in case anybody wants to say, but we did better, we'll have the stats to prove and back up why we're saying what we're saying. It is an invitational only, so it's going to be the top teams in the Southern African region who accept the invite, obviously, who will be competing for us, and it'll be a cash prize for Conquerors of Dawn, kicking off in September. So we have that's pretty much our schedule leading up until that moment in time. So, Scarp Skenkel, are we into the lobby bans yet? All right.
No, not yet. So the question is, which two characters fought so aggressively on equal level that they caused a rift? Let me repeat that. Which two characters fought so aggressively on equal level that they caused a rift? If you missed it now, you need to rewind. I'm not going to repeat myself for the third time because you only peel an onion once. And I did it twice. So, Vance, please.
Alright, let us get into the lobby.
Oh, Anoinen up against Esketon Sunwata. This is going to be very, very interesting. Esketon, last weekend, the second team doing very well, but Anoinen, let's not take anything away from Anoinen. They had a beautiful match last week as well. So I'm just waiting. I do see the viewers bringing in answers there, but we'll wait for... Yeah, okay. So the answer from Anonin was Eve and Zosk, which is not true. So I'm just waiting for the bans again. Alright, Anonin banning out Gato and Badang. Iskatan Sonata. That's please. Go!
I think that
And,
was.
yeah.
I think that was Econ. The bands. Oh no.
No, it was Anonin. Yeah, so Angelic Fury, I have to agree with you. Oshumzi's English is not Englishing tonight. Alright, Iskatan Sonata banning out Suyu and Faza. You know, Faza, bro, at this point in stage, Faza does deserve that ban because, oh boy, she's deadly. Good luck and have fun to both teams. And let's go into the final match of the evening. Calculator will give us the answer in a minute or two on the live chat. So let's go.
Actually, wait. We got one player left the lobby. Coconut. Coconut is leaving and joining. Maybe he saw something tropical. Decided to go that way.
He wanted to get graded for carrion rice.
yeah. Coconut works with lots of things. Even has the Barbados flag, so very tropical in theme.
So one YK Pro says, also I know the clan Waylanders as well. I think they should know me because I'm actually Dark Star in Mlbb. I did play with them as well.
Oh yeah, I remember Darkstar. I do. How are you doing, my friend? I hope everything is good.
Why are the teams not reading? Let me just do this. Alex from Iskatan Sonata, you're getting kicked, and let them re-invite you back.
So let me ask a follow-up question to Durculator's question. Which hero out of every hero in Mobile Legends is considered to be the strongest? Not in terms of gameplay, in terms of the lore, the storyline behind Mobile Legends. Which hero is considered to be the strongest? Let's see what you think.
Alright, so the answer to that question is Gergetcha and Martyrs. Well, kinda expected from Gato with that Avatar of Guardian and that first skill, you know.
Muscle of
But
iron,
Anonin,
bones
speaking of
steel.
rebanning Garagacha. Anonin just making sure Garagacha doesn't get picked up.
Yeah, so for those of you who are wondering,
Experience the euphony of suffering.
it is Martus, as his in-game voice often says, I am the eater of worlds. So Martus, according to the MLBB lore, is considered to be the strongest hero in all of Mobile Legends.
Well, that explains why he stopped scaling, because he can't eat worlds anymore.
Time to drop the beat of the flag.
Alright, we do see Sicilian getting banned out from the side of Anonin. Granger and Joy being banned out from the side of Iskatan Sonata. So, Zosk seems like we'll... Oh no, never mind. AMNL X9 picking up
My tail's been
Lilia
itching for a real
and Monarch with the Kalia.
Let's fight to our heart's content.
Stormbreaker with Lucas. So Stormbreaker couldn't break the storm last week. Let's see if Stormbreaker can be the Stormbreaker this week.
Lucas in the jungle.
Yeah, so the reason for that reference, right, it was Stormbreaker up against Storm.
Oh, I see.
Love is like blood.
Nice combo pick here from Anonan. Plato or Plomo, an honored one, going for the Camilla Terizla, Curse Blood into the penalty zone.
Yeah, indeed. So viewers, if you are wondering, I do see that a lot of you are asking why General Cho is not playing tonight. It is because he is part of Team 1 and it's Escaton Sunato's Team 2 currently featured. So, as the rule states, members from Team 1 cannot play for Team 2. So, there's your question, as we do see Psycho Teddy picking up Aurora as we jump into the final bands of the evening.
Baba Yaga is trolling Shroomsy when he asked who has the largest size according to the law, and he's like Cyclops.
Give me a target.
Funny.
Alright. Gary and Leslie being the final bands of the evening as we wait for True Draco Demise to show us that it seems like, oh, no, never mind. True Draco Demise picks up the Hylos once again. And yours truly, Prince. Well, what's going on here? Alright, Coconut, Popple and Cooper, and Julian. Never mind. Let me just wait for the picks.
Dexter, it's our showtime.
Coconut picking up Claude. Placing Duet into the equation.
It's been a while since I've seen a Claude being picked up.
I am more
My friend,
than a
that is
weapon.
why you've only done Mlbb streams last week Sunday. So as soon as you can tell you, there was 2 matches that we featured the Claude with.
Yeah.
And the one was actually a very dominant Claude.
Interesting.
In Maniac.
Interesting.
If I'm not mistaken. However, yours truly, Prince, picks up the Julian. And Alex currently trolling me back because I told him in chat because he wasn't ready.
Chivalry is dead,
Deciding to go with the Clint.
and I will revive it.
What's actually correct? What about?
Yeah, so Julian is always a very, very good pick. It does combine nicely with the Curse Blood.
Listen to this, right? So Cyclops is actually the largest in size. You
Really?
wouldn't say that, would you?
No, you would not say that.
Let me go fact check this. I can't believe the viewers are making. Why is he so small then?
So according to Baba Yaga, Cyclops holds more than the universe in his hands. Which universe? Could be a small universe.
It could be Pluto.
I don't know. Could be the universe of like, I don't know, like something small like the Teletubbies or something. It's just like where they live.
5 seconds till the enemy.
Alright, so into the game we go. And it's gonna be Lilia and Camilla in the mid lane up against the Aurora and Hylos. So Hylos has the ability to be a bit aggressive, but Lilia is there to counter that aggressiveness. Lilia level 1. My goodness. If you're a tank and you decide to get into Lilia's face, it's painful to say the least. So
Yeah.
nice positioning here from Draco, as he's just scouting out what's going on. It looks like, again, a lot of old school rotations here as we're watching Julian take the small camp behind his blue buff, leaving the Roma to pick up the Litho. Monarch on the Kalia XP lane, making the rotation quite quickly as once more Aurora and Hylos just scouting out, giving vision, wants to get a little bit of poke in onto the buff. He's gonna take a lot of damage, he's gonna have to dash back, pops the Revitalize to stay safe, but just trying to create a little bit of delay. Are we gonna see an engagement around this healing crab here? I wonder. Julian is there by himself. There's the engagement in on second skill from the Julian. gets him out of harm's way, but no level 4 quite yet. Is Stormbreaker going to go for that small camp steal, potentially? He is going in for it. He's trying to take it down. Lilia will be there into the mix. The recall coming out from Julian, knowing that he can't go and contest with a Lucas here in the early game. So Lucas doing a nice job stealing some of the farm. There's the engagement onto the Camilla. Camilla also forced to pop that Revitalize as we just swing up towards the XP lane side very quickly. Clear with the knock up here onto the Terizla, avoiding nicely sidestep there. Some of the damage from the Terizla. She goes back in there, wants to get a bit of poke, engages, disengages. There's Julian, however, enhanced first kill onto the Clear, but you know how she's just going to walk it off, throw a skill and heal back up. That heal is a little bit crazy. Terizla trying to find the angle to get to the back line. He gets stunned up. Nice play there from Psycho Teddy. Forces the vengeance out from the Terizla, though he is trying to deal with the Kalia. Once more the Revitalize is through, but everybody's trapped up in there. It's Julian with the steal. Aurora trying to get the stun. First blood goes the way of the Lucas, however Hylos is taken down by the Camilla, so it's a 2-for-1 exchange going in the favor of Eschaton Sonata, but the turtle to a Nonin.
Yeah, so we do see at the 3-minute mark, it's just a 1 kill advantage with a 700 gold lead between the two.
True. Very true. It is a very slight gold lead, shall we say. There's a Hylos, wants to throw some pressure onto Coconut on the Claude, but he second skills back to safety, jumps back in there, wants to try to build his stacks up, opts against throwing that first skill onto the small camp, and doesn't want to pull the stacks up quite yet. Lilia being left to clear the lane in the mid lane by her lonesome as Aurora makes the rotation back once more. Lucas going for as much jungle steal as he possibly can here. The red buff is open. Julian engages onto the Lilia, forces her back. There's a Camilla into the mix there. A couple of stuns being thrown out. Unleash the Beast comes out from the Lucas here. He wants to go in onto the Julian. Julian once more having a second skill to safety. There's Psycho Teddy on the Aurora. Wants to get that engagement onto the Lucas. Throws out a stun onto 2. Revitalize comes out from the Camilla, keeping everybody safe. Oh, but Lucas, he's not done. He wants to go in for more. The Cursed Blood does land onto 2, but there is nobody to really follow up. Oh, Julian does manage to land in house first skill. It's a Glorious Pathway. Blazing Duets comes out from the Claude. But everybody using that Glorious Pathway. Nicely committed there from the Hylos to get the escape. So Nonin's jungle right now, not having the nicest of time with Lucas just constantly pressing pressure on in his own jungle.
Yeah, no, bro, that's some annoying pressure coming in from, well, Eschaton Sonata, to be frank. We did see the Hylos pulling the buffs as well, so yeah, it's very difficult.
Oh, Vengeance comes out by the Claude. Hylos goes in, Claude second skills back to safety, but no Vengeance is going to be available. Enhanced second skill once more from the Julian, getting himself to safety. I am liking this game plan from Eschaton Sonata's team too. They're using objective-based gameplay. A lot of steals, a lot of pressure being placed at the right moment in time. There's the Tsunami Slam. Cursed Blood did come out. Glorious Pathway is there as well. Aurora trying to get the freezing glacier off. Yes, she does land it, but the Revitalize is there from the Camilla as the engagement continues. Unleash the Beast, taking down 2. Lucas with the double.
Camilla and Claude falling in that engagement. So, just before the 6-minute mark, Eschaton Sonata having that 2k gold lead with the 3 kill advantage. However, Terizla takes the first tier 1 turret for Nonin.
Yeah, Black Shoes did get committed by the Lilia. Are they going to be calling this out? Are they going to go for the dive? Hylos is there, trying to get the angle for the wraparound. They want the waves to come through. There's Kalia. Tsunami Slam onto the Lilia. She gets taken down, and Kalia manages to use that mobility of hers to get out of dodge. So it's a 1-for-1 turret exchange. Clint taking down the turret in the bot lane. So the map control fairly even right now in terms of turrets, but the gold lead swinging in the favor of Eschaton Sonata. Let me just get the bulls up for you so you can see what everyone's cooking.
Yeah, no, so Shrooms will answer your question after this match, so stay tuned and you will have your question answered. However, the Escata and Sunat are putting a lot of pressure in the jungle, but Ononen pushing the objectives. But we did see that Escata and Sunata did get the turnaround on that tier 1 turret in the bot lane as well. So tier 1 turret's fallen on the opposite sides.
Yeah, mid lane still up. It is another 20 seconds or so until the next major objective, which will be the turtle. Once more, we are watching a battle here on the mid lane. Aurora moving in quite deep here. Wants to run the freezing glacier. Does manage to catch out the Lilia, though she does have the black shoes available. However, Clint not worried about the kill. Nicely done there by Alex on Clint, interested in taking the objective. Meanwhile, there's further in jungle invades. It's a mega kill for the Lucas. Kalia, she's into the backline. And will she land the tsunami slam? Yes, she does. Black Shoes comes out from the Lilia. It's a 1v1 battle. Yeah, Lilia turns around and says, you were after me, now I'm after you. Kalia trying to escape, ups the skills. Terusla trying to cut off Kalia's escape. Hylos is there to zone away. However, the glorious pathway comes out. Unleash the beast from the Lucas as they take down another. Lilia overextended, no Black Shoes, taken down, blazing duets on the clouds. Oh, but the freezing glacier catches him out. However, it's going to be the cursed blood. Claude seconds kills himself to safety, somehow manages to survive. Like a thief in the night he escaped.
Like a thief in the night, you say. So, yours truly Prince pushes a tier 2 turret in the top lane.
Yeah, mid lane tier 2 turret being taken down in response as Escata and Zunata trying to keep a lot of pressure here on the mid lane. The mid lane, once you get it cleared out, it can prove to be one that can allow you a certain degree of dominance as we are heading towards the middle part of the mid game. There's the engagement onto the Kalia. She's gonna get almost taken down, manages to get to safety. Nicely done by Draco Demise as he helped his teammate out. Glorious pathway revitalizes, being committed stun, does land onto the Hyros. He's running past everybody. Terizla is engaging onto him. He should get the kill. He does manage to take down the Roma for Escata and Sunata. The stun comes out. There's the cursed blood onto the Aurora. Passive has been procced. The mid lane turret should fall. Aurora tries to defend it, but she's gonna be forced back. Kalia is into the mix. Lucas, he senses the opportunity. He takes down the Lilia. Super quick timing there as the Unleash the Beast explosion is out. He's on the hunt. He manages to get another kill. He's chasing even more. Claude has the mobility. However, in the top lane, Clint going in there in a 1v1, a 1v2 situation and is taken down. The wave pressure is being placed here. The defense comes out from the Aurora. There's the blazing duets. Locust goes in. Claude does manage to take down one, but it's legendary for the Lucas as he takes down the Claude. So no MM available. The Lord is up. Lucas, I think he's going to be waiting for his teammates to get into position as Julian and Terizla are making this rotation across.
Well, if they do start this is going to be a battle of red trees, bro. As we do see Escata and Sonata finally getting the team there to try and contest for this Lord.
Yeah, Clint is frozen in the base. He decides to move now. The cursed blood does come out. There's a penalty zone into the backline. The Hylos just zoning everybody away. The Lord has been reset. It's a double kill for the Lucas. Hylos wants to get a kill for himself. He gets the kill onto the Lucas. Now he's engaging onto the Lilia. Lilia, no Black Shoes available. She's good. Although she does have the Black Shoes. She's trying to escape, but they're hunting her down. These Aurora, Kalia, and Hylos. She's throwing out the slows. I don't think she's going to survive this. They're just going in. Clint manages to finally join the fray. And the Lord to the side of Escata and Sunata. Only the Claude left alive. We should see another tier 2 turret.
I see in chat someone is saying someone is lagging. It's 4v5, so then that means someone from
it was the Clint.
From Escata and Sunata is lagging.
Yeah, it was the Clint. We were watching, right? No, it's fine. It's fine. Clint is moving. Everybody is up and running. It was the Clint earlier. I was keeping an eye, but it was in the midst of the team fight. You can't really pause in the middle of it, especially considering Clint did respawn and was a few seconds away from getting, actually quite a few seconds from getting away there. So it was okay. All's well that ends okay, shall we say? If you see me rhyming. Oh, Lucas going into the backline. There's a penalty zone. Lucas manages to escape and dodges the curse blood. Blazing duets into the backline. Kalia manages to disengage from that fight as well. Clint taking down the top lane tier 2 turret. The waves being pushed in. Oh, one minion manages to proc the shield there. There's it doesn't look like Eschaton Sonata want to go for this heavy push quite yet. They are allowing the waves to push in more or less by themselves as we see this final wave moving down to this tier 2 turret. This should be the last tier 2 turret for a Nonan that will be taken down here by Eschaton Sonata.
Yeah, Anoinen not in a very good position at this point in stage, as we do see Eschaton Sonata having that 8.5k gold lead, make that 8.4k, 3k, 2k.
Yeah. Quite a healthy gold lead. We just get the bulls up and running for everybody. We are heading towards the last minute before the Lord spawns up again. We have passed the 12-minute mark, so there's going to be no shields available on any of the tier 3 turrets, though the two shields were popped a little bit earlier, mid lane and top lane. And so right now, I think we should start seeing Eschaton Sonata doing what they're doing, which is clear the jungle, allow the waves to push freely on their own. Though as I say that, they decide they want to push a wave.
Yeah, get the impatience from Anoinen out. Get the pickoffs, but yeah, doesn't seem like that is going to be the situation. So, at the 13-minute mark, it is a 13 kill advantage, going in favor of the side of Eschaton Sonata. Eschaton Sonata having, map control and map advantage at this point of stage.
Yeah, it's another 10 seconds to go, just less than 10 seconds. We will see the next Lord coming up. This is should be Eschaton Sonata's uncontested Lord as we watch Lucas starting this up. The vision has been supplied by Lilia, so Anonan do realize that they're taking the Lord. It's just kind of difficult to do anything about this right now. They're going to have to stick together, go for the defense. Nice split push here from Julian as he's getting the waves just to try to be a little bit unevenly synced. Lord, as we see, going the way of Eschaton Sonata. And now it's all about lane control, map control. They want to make sure that they get a wave synced up so they can get Clint to lock on to the base. Tier 2 turret being taken down by the Julian. Terizla is there just to give him a little bit of vision as we watch. He decides to go for even more of a lane push here. Nicely done there by yours truly, Prince. Making sure that things are not going to be evenly set. So it all comes down to this wave here and the management. As you can see, the mid lane being allowed to freely push on its own. So we should see at least two of the waves syncing up. Lucas doing a good job trying to make it the third. They want to get that base open. There's the engagement onto the Hylos. He does commit the Revitalize. Aurora with the freeze out there. The Curse Blood does come through. Follow-up not engaging there. It's going to be the penalty zone. The Tsunami Slam. The freezing Glacier Lord charging into the base. It's to take it down. Blade Cloud with the blazing duets into the backline. He's doing so much damage. He manages to get a kill. Now the Tsunami Slam comes out. They take down the Cloud. Lucas is frontlining. It's a full team wipe. The Lord has been... actually, it's 4 members down. It's just the Julian left alive. It's just him versus everybody. It's the final tier 3 turret. It should be taken down here. Can Julian get the defense off? It's like 15 seconds before his team comes through. The waves spawning up just in time. They're trying to find the space. They're freezing Glacier being used to try to clear the waves out. The lock is on. The game goes the way of Eschaton Sonata.
Game, set, match. So GG's well played to both teams. But Eschaton Sonata, Stormbreaker took it personal. I had to mention his name. So Stormbreaker picking up the MVP for Eschaton Sonata with the Lucas. So yeah, GG's well played to both teams. And then Oshumzi, to answer your question, right? Unfortunately, there won't be 2 teams. It's 1 team, 7 players only in the Conquerors of Dawn Invitational only. It's just to keep the balancing out of the prize pool a bit better. But nonetheless, this was fun. Viewers, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That was, as always, pleasure to cast with Waylander.
Yeah, so thank you all for tuning into the stream here for the Deus EX Clash. It was fun having you with us. As we see this time around, 78% of the votes going the way of Eschaton Sunata. So they looks like the viewers called it right in this particular stream. But once again, thank you all for tuning in to watch. This will be the last stream for the evening here at Waylander Gaming. We will see you tomorrow. We do have quite a bit of PUBG action coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for you PUBG fanatics out there. And then back into the Mobile Legends streams on Sunday with the most wanted list. But any final words, Skanko, before we close the stream for the evening?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a weekend full, so please come back and join us tomorrow. And yeah, that's it from me. The sheep with a no bleep is going to bleep out now.
All right. So thank you all for tuning in to watch. We will see you tomorrow.